Viewers, this commentary is pertaining to Ryan BORGWARDT out of Wisconsin. He has decided to willingly return from abroad to the U.S. He has been accused of faking his own death back in the summer. He is currently detained in jail, and we will hear from the sheriff on the related information of his return. Thank you for joining me. Welcome to the Valdez Cell.
Good morning, everyone. We meet again. I'm just going to read you a release that we have. On August 12, 2024, the story of the missing kayaker began with the suspected drowning death of Ryan BORGWARDT. On October 7, 2024, the search for Ryan ended, and the investigation efforts took a new direction. When we learned that Ryan had left the United States, and he most certainly was not in Green Lake. That was our biggest thing, that we knew he wasn't in our lake, thanks to many partners. On December 10th, Ryan arrived on U.S. soil. He was then booked into the correctional facility and is awaiting his initial court appearance. And one of my press conferences said, could be a really good Christmas. I want to say thanks again to Keith Cormick of Bruce's Legacy, diver Charlie DeGroat, the Wisconsin DNR, MOCIC, Homeland Security, the FBI, Department of Justice, Division, Criminal Investigations, the Green Lake County and the Green Lake County community, the Watertown community, but most of all, the Green Lake County Sheriff's Office. They're the ones that kept this going. I couldn't be more proud of them, of what they did for a family. We didn't give up. And we can stand here today feeling relieved. And I have one of my detectives here, Detective Jeremiah Hansen, who played a big key, and my chief deputy, Chief Matt Vanderkolk. There's one more thing I want to say thank you to, and that is to you folks, the media. You take some rap sometimes, all right? But through this whole case, you were very good partners with us. And I appreciate that. I want to say thank you. Is there any questions?
Sheriff, I know last time you had mentioned that he was somewhere in Eastern Europe, but we're unsure exactly where. Have you been able to determine where he was and who he was with?
At this time, we're still putting that together, so I can't really say.
Is he cooperating with you guys? Have you been able to speak with him in person?
He's cooperated with us. He came back to the United States.
Do you know if he's had any contact with his wife and kids since the last time we spoke here last month?
That I can't release.
Can you detail how he returned back to the United States? Can you detail the step-by-step process of how he got back here?
Got on an airplane and landed in the United States.
Were there any other agencies involved in that?
No.
Getting him here? What country was he in that he flew from?
I can't release that.
Did he come willingly, Sheriff?
Yeah.
Has he said what compelled him to come back to Wisconsin?
His family, I guess.
And did he come back on his own, or?
Yes.
Was he
Yes, he
extradited?
No. No, he came back on his own.
So what charges could he be filed against him? He said he's awaiting his initial appearance.
Yep, he's waiting initial appearance. Everything was sent up to the DA's office, and they'll be the ones that will review it.
What were the charging recommendations that you referred to the district attorney's office?
There was a number of them. Obstructing.
Did he notify law enforcement in advance before he came home, or did you find out after the return as well?
He notified us. We were in contact with him.
What international airport did he fly into?
I'm not going to release that right now.
Was he taken into custody by law enforcement at that airport, or did he return to Green Lake and turn himself in?
He returned on his own.
When is his first court appearance?
That I'm not sure. Could be today. That's up to the courts.
Have you spoken with his family since his return, and could you share any of maybe some of their feelings and what they may have had to say following the news?
We just briefly spoke to them, and I can only imagine how they feel.
Can you talk a little bit about some of the conversations that took place between your department and Ryan from the last press conference to today?
No, that we don't want to release.
You kind of explained it, Sheriff, but how are you feeling and how's your department feeling now, knowing that he is back in Wisconsin on U.S. soil ahead of the holidays like your plea was last time we talked?
Relieved. I'm very proud of what he did in the department. But now when we walk out, we continue to do what we were doing all through this whole process. We never stopped. We're continuing to serve our community in whatever call we have. And that's, the help of my department.
So
my own charter.
He turned himself in here at the Green Lake Justice Center yesterday.
Yep.
To reimburse the county for the search effort.
That is part of the restitution that we present to the court.
What do you know about the woman he was involved with, and did she have a role at all in compelling?
I do not know that. So,
Could anyone else be facing any charges for him or anything?
could you?
Could anyone else be facing any charges for that?
No.
Sheriff, last you spoke, you said that in communication with him, he wanted to make things right or figure out a way out of this. Has he given any indication on his mindset now that he's back?
I can't release that. That's all part of the investigation you have going on. But I just want to thank everybody again for all the support that they have given my department and the help, the partnership. And I'm really happy to see individual, one of our divers, that took this to heart as much as we did. But that just speaks volumes of communities and what people are all about.
Could you speak to what it was, whether that was the efforts of Detective Hansen, right, or your chief deputy? Was it in those conversations? What was it in those conversations with Mr. Borgward that made him change his mind?
That's going to be up to him someday, but we're not going to release that. But it was one thing that worked in our favor. We brought a dad back on his own accord. So thank you, and have a Merry Christmas.
All right, everybody. Wisconsin kayaker who faked death, fled country, now in custody. This is in Wisconsin. Wow, wow, wow. Ryan BORGWARDT is his name. I want to go out and bring you a picture of him. What a hot butter mess. Welcome to Vault Excel. Lord have mercy. These cookies, they just stay in the way. He returned on his own, Ryan BORGWARDT, to Wisconsin. He's currently in the Green Lake Jail Justice Center. The sheriff did not reveal a lot of information pertaining to the motive, what they took from last month until this month. He called them on his own to tell them he would be returning. They mentioned about the airport. They did not mention which airport he flew into. No one else is going to be charged as aiding him. You also heard about restitution. That is one of the recommendations from the sheriff to the district attorney's office. The district attorney will decide, I guess, on what charges they want to bring forward against Mr. Ryan. He has not spoken with the sheriff did not relay if he spoke to his family or not. So has he spoken to his family? Did he call his wife to tell her he would be coming back to Wisconsin to face the music? If they talked, what was their conversation? What did he tell the sheriff exactly about returning? Where was he? What's going to happen with his relationship with this other woman? How long had he been talking to her? How serious was that relationship? Well, one would say it couldn't be that serious because he came back to the U.S. There are so many questions you can ask. The motive. Why did he do this? Cash out the insurance policy. Leave. How long was he talking to that woman? How did he meet her? Online, I would suspect, if he hadn't traveled abroad beforehand. Why did he do this? You see, the sheriff was very emotional in this commentary, which kind of struck me strange because I was like, why is he so emotional? It's not like it was a child or someone was held captive or somebody wandered into the woods disoriented and had been out there, fell in a cave or something. But I guess he feels some type of way about his position and the people that he worked with, the townsmen, the people who aided, the divers, the other agencies, FBI. So he took it personal, obviously, because you can see he was teary-eyed in his commentary. And then as he said at the end of this broadcast, we brought a dad home. So obviously he's very emotional about this situation. Maybe he felt sorry for the wife, the children. She was worried. Maybe she called every day asking, did they have anything? Did they know anything? Maybe it took that his heart weighed on him. But nonetheless, Mr. Ryan is now in a county jail. I'm assuming he'll get bond. First charge is obstruction, because I guess, they asked him about returning weeks ago and he had not returned. And my thing is this, you go to all this trouble to fake your death. Don't know how long he planned it. That's a question as well. How long did he plan it? Why did he plan it? What was so terrible in his life that he would fake his own death, have his wife and children, friends, family, community worried, co-workers, boss, whomever, to then they make contact, law officials, with this woman, some type of, and then you change your mind and you come back to the U.S. So it's like it was all for nothing. And now you're going to probably have to pay restitution for the resources used by this Green Lake County. People are probably going to have a very nasty attitude towards him. He doesn't get off scot-free. Because what are you going to do now? Get a bond out. Then what? Go where? Go back to your wife? There's no way she could trust him at this point. I wouldn't trust him. She's probably glad to know he's alive. She probably has a lot of emotions, mixed emotions. I don't know what was going on with his family, what was going on in the relationship of this man and his wife, but it wasn't good. And as I had said before in my commentary, he may not have shown any signs that he was unhappy. But the point is to go to such measures to leave a family. Why? And then get contacted and then return back home. So you stay gone not even 4 months, because he allegedly vanished on the 12th of August. That happens to be my dad's birthday too. August 12th, he vanishes into the night, in the dark on a lake. This man is crazy. This man is crazy. And I get it. We all get fed up. We get tired of dealing with people. We get tired of being obligated. We get tired of being ridiculed, gaslighted, whatever the hell goes bump in the night. But this ain't the way you handle responsibility. You don't want to be a father. You don't want to be a husband. You don't want to continue working your job. Whatever the situation is, then say so. Hey, this isn't for me. I'm sorry. I can no longer be your husband. I can no longer be a father. I don't want to be obligated anymore. I can't do this. They can't do nothing but respect it. They don't have to like it, but they can respect, okay, he told us the truth. He's out of this. He's out of the loop. He no longer wants to participate. And this is what a lot of people need to do in life, is tell people the truth. Hey, I can't be there for you anymore for whatever reason. I can't stand in the gap for you. I've got my own issues. They have nothing to do with you. I got to bail out. That's what he should have done. But see, he probably didn't want to pay for anything, because there are a lot of men like Mr. Ryan. They no longer want to pay their way. You see this a lot with men in relationships, men with children, even married. Men who end up killing their wives and children because they don't want to pay bills anymore. It's a coward's way. Coward's way out. Men do it who have children. They don't want to pay the child support. Won't work. Stay gone. Avoid the notices from law enforcement, from the judicial system. But in the end, it's your choice. It's your choice to make children. It's your choice to be in a relationship. It's your choice to have sex. It's your choice to marry. That's that. Just absolutely ridiculous. Now he's going to have to pay this county back all this money for the resources used, the divers used. That's scary, going underwater looking for a person. And all along there on an airplane. This isn't the way to do it. And now the next time somebody goes missing, or somebody says somebody fell in the water, they got to go call the divers. They're probably thinking to themselves, do I really want to do this? Do I really want to go in this water, this murky water? I don't think people really know what's in a lake, what's in a river. Murk is down there. And they're risking their own livelihood to go search for you, search for your loved one. And this is what you would do. It's the very reason why a lot of people are untrusting of others for this type of behavior here, because this is asinine. And this man cannot be trusted. And I'm going to bet my bottom dollar he probably has exhibited some signs of aloofness, silliness, irresponsibility. Somebody will probably come forward and reveal who this man is and his demeanor and his disposition in life. Now, for the wife, will she take him back? Will he go back to her? Because it's a two-way street. Does he want to go back to his wife, or just come back, pay the restitution, and get on with the get on? But he's still going to be obligated, even if he doesn't go back and live with his wife, or she takes him back or want to take him back. Let's say he wants to go back and she don't want him back, or he decides he don't want to go back. He still got to pay for those kids. I don't know the ages of the children, but I believe they're under the age of 18. So he's responsible for these children if they're under the age of 18. So he's not out of the loop as far as responsibility. So basically he came back to pay triple fold what he ran away from in the first place. This is a fool. Because now you got to pay the county money for restitution, and they ain't no telling what that due bill is going to be. They're going to do like the hospital. They're going to charge you for every aspirin, every ibuprofen, every needle used, gauze, bandage. You see where I'm going? Yeah, they're going to soup it up. But people say, well, Rightfully so, he deserves it because he used resources that were needed for real circumstances, situations. And he abused that power. He abused the system. And he also hurt his family. And I can't imagine what his wife is going through right now. She probably has a lot of emotions. The children probably have a lot of emotions. She feels betrayed. As I said, I don't know what was going on in their life, who did what, who said what, but in the end, this ain't the way to do it. And then let's talk about the children, how they must feel, because they are evenly hurt. My father walked out on my mother, siblings, for what reason? What can you say to your children? You are not worthy enough for me to be honest with you to tell you that I just don't want to be your father anymore. I don't want to be responsible for you anymore. I don't care for you anymore, because that is what you're saying. That is what you said. I don't care for you. I don't love you. I'm out of here. That's cold. This is cold. And let's be truthful. Even if he had told them to their faces, it would still be cold. This is why I always say on this network, you don't know people. People are walking around feeling the same damn way. They just haven't done it. They're tired of looking at you. They're tired of talking to you. They're tired of hearing you breathe. They don't want to pay light bill, gas bill, car note. They don't want to mow the grass. They don't want to cut the grass. They don't want to pay for the electric. They don't want to pay the house note, the mortgage. They want to check out. Believe me, many people do. That's why we have people running off, killing themselves. They just flake out. And that's what this man needs to understand. Everybody is going through something. So Ryan, that's what you need to know. Everybody is feeling some sort of way. Everybody is feeling down, blue, destitute, want to check out. Maybe not kill themselves, but they just don't want to be obligated. They don't want to pay the car note. They don't want to have to keep buying groceries they can't afford. They don't want to keep having to decide what to pay for this month because they got 4 or 5 children. They don't know where to go, who to ask, can't ask for help, ain't got no help. You see, you took the coward's way out. You took the coward's way out. And now you got to walk around the U.S. knowing what you've done to your family and what you've done to the community. And I pray for any woman that gets involved with you, especially if your wife decides she doesn't want you back or you don't want to be with her. You show that you had a propensity for fraud, and that's a dangerous situation. Very situational. Hello, everybody in the chat. Hello, Perspective. You have shown you can't be trusted. But let me tell you, as with the story with Sherry Papini, she went on to find her another man, a stupid man in California who's taken up with her. He's a fool too. Because I wouldn't want her. I wouldn't even trust being with a woman that did anything like this. Go fake her kidnapping. And she was a mother of children, and the courts did right. No, you can't see your children. You can't have them, look at them, nothing. Because you don't deserve to be around no kids. Same thing with this man. He don't deserve to have company with children. Because you're unstable. A person that would do something like this would be the same one that would throw the damn kids in the damn lake. I said that. Because you don't know people. But guess what? He's a man, right? He will get a woman. Because we as women, we are weak-minded, desperate, lonely. If he stayed in jail for 5 weeks, somebody would write him. I heard about your story. I'm so sorry. If you need anything, just let me know. He'll have ho-ho cakes to last a year. What will the bail be? What will the bond be? I think they would say, hell. Should we give him a bond? Maybe we should let him do a little jail time. See, one thing I'm learning every day, sometimes you have to show people, what's the old saying? I can show you better than I can tell you. Make a mockery out of him. Give him some jail time and then release him and then make him pay every damn dime back. Every damn dime. He has the money because he cashed out a life insurance policy. So he's got some cash. And that's not including the cash he may have taken out the family's bank account. See, we don't even know about that. If he took family money, did he leave the wife any money when he left her? I don't know. We haven't heard. Well, they spoke to a woman. They spoke to a woman on the phone. That's how they were able to reach him. They spoke to a woman. Law officials spoke to a woman. Will the wife take him back? Does she want him back? Does he want to go back to his wife? Does he want to go back to his life? Did he get on the run, realize what he had done? Because he did willingly return. No other agencies aided him. He was not apprehended at the airport, escorted back to Green Lake. He did all this on his own. So maybe the devil sat up on his shoulder long enough and he decided, okay, I'm going to do the right thing. I'm going to go back to Green Lake, but it doesn't mean he's going back to his family. So we will see if he decides to return to his family. We will wait to see if the wife speaks, if anybody in the community speaks, if any relatives decide they want to speak. Where are his parents? Where are his brothers, sisters? Is he an only child? Where are the people in the community? What do you all have to say about your neighbor, your friend, your brother who's done this? What do you all have to say about his behavior? Will you continue to deal with him? Well, I wouldn't, because that would tell me, I don't know, bro. Hell no. I keep trying to tell you all, when people exhibit this type of behavior, you don't even know who you're dealing with. We're past the stage of a narcissist sociopath. This is diabolical, because I say this all the time. One thing begets another. How far are you willing to go? Now, I always say this about a liar. You'll lie about one thing, you'll lie about another. You'll lie about something petty, you'll lie about something big. When you're dealing with a liar, you don't even know who you're dealing with. Checkmate. I keep telling people this. A thief and a liar, they have similar qualities, but. With a thief, you know who you're dealing with. A liar, you do not. Many people lie. And people don't even know they're dealing with a liar. They'll just sit up and play crazy like, well, that didn't kind of pan out what he said. And, well, that don't really sound right what she said. But, oh, well, no big deal. No big deal turns into 2 years, 5 years, 20 years. You know you've been sleeping and laying with a liar and you've been aiding them. Why? That's why I said, for all we know, Mr. Ryan has exhibited liar syndrome, and the wife rode the ride. That's what was said about Sherry Papini. She always told stories. She always made up stuff. We knew she was lying. She ain't never told the truth. So then you have to look at her and say, well, what the hell did he want with her? Allegations he abused her. Don't know if that's true or not. But the point is, she was known as a liar before she got with her husband. Checkmate. And that's the point of the story. She was a liar before marriage, before having children. And lying comes from somewhere, such as youth. Because you don't wake up at 30-something years old lying, 40-something years old lying. You've been lying. And liars are dangerous. Because you have to continue to lie to cover the last lie. And that's Mr. Ryan. He's probably lied most of his life about stuff that didn't mean a damn thing. Stuff that you wouldn't even lie about. And I've met people like that who lie for no reason. Now, flip side is Ryan could have been a great guy. And somewhere in his brain, he checked out, panicked for whatever reason, and came up with this ruse, but it's still diabolical. So who is the real Ryan Borgward? Was he a pretty much a decent fella? He was attentive to his children, his wife, but then something clicked in his head. And he just said, I can't do this anymore. I'm living a lie. I'm not happy. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to be a father. I don't want to be a husband. I don't want to cut the grass. I don't want to pay the mortgage. I want to be free. I'm sure that many people want to be free. Just want to walk out. Lord knows, I think about it every day, and I'm not obligated to nobody. Not a cat, a dog, a goldfish, no children, no grandchildren. And I love the freedom. That's why every time I listen to people spin a story about their life, come on, Queen, testify. Every time I hear crazy stories from people, all I do is thank the Lord, because he's trying to tell me something. He keeps putting these people in my path to show me, Queen, you ain't got no problems. If you ain't got but 20 cents in your pocket, you good. Woo! I about felt the spirit on that one. You ain't got no problems. You ain't worried about no high-dollar mortgage, paying 3-4 car notes and can't afford them, taking care of a bunch of children, paying a fee for soccer, football, little league, this and that. You ain't got them problems, Queen. And I'm grateful. See you later there. This is why you got to give thanks for the little things, even when it's hard and you want more, desiring more. You got to give thanks, because this ain't who you want to be right here. You don't want to be this person. Just check all the way out knowing you're obligated. This is why you need to think about your decisions. As I've talked about this on my network before, about mating and hooking up with people and marrying people, you need to make sure you know what the hell you're doing out here, so you don't end up Orion. So you don't end up checking out. Because it's a bad look. Because now he's back in the U.S. and he's got to live somewhere. Ryan's got to live somewhere, work somewhere, and everybody's going to know who he is. He may not even care, but the point still remains, he's got to walk amongst us. And he ain't going to be favored. And as we've seen with people who have lots of problems, a lot of people are walking lies. They're living a lie. They're not happy. They're not content with their life. They're mentally ill, borderline personalities, bipolar, schizophrenic, whatever. Need some help, need to see a doctor, need to see a psychiatrist, but they don't and won't. So that's my advice to anyone. If you are having some mental issues, you're thinking of unaliving yourself, unaliving others, check it out from your responsibilities, go seek help. Go talk to somebody, and then talk to the people who you are the closest with and those that you are obligated to, and tell them how you feel, because they may not like what you have to say, but they'll have to respect it. Because it is better to be safe than sorry. And even if you've been carrying around these feelings for 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, unburden yourself. Because life is worth living. And as Dr. Phil would say, if it's 5 years and 1 day, you decide to tell your truth, walk out. That's okay. It's better than 5 years and 2 days. 5 years and 3 weeks. Exactly. Tell your truth. Unburden yourself. What is going to happen to Mr. Ryan BORGWARDT? Is he going back to his family? Will they receive him back? Do they want him back? What will he have to pay as far as restitution, resources, the search for him, overtime, naturally, everything they use. Detectives, the divers, investigation itself. What is going to happen to Ryan? Is he going to go back and try to play happy father, husband? Or will the wife say, I don't need this because I don't know who he is, and I wouldn't trust him to go out to work or to the grocery store. he may not come back. And that's the sad part of this story. This story will die down just like any other news story. But the wife knows in her heart, I can't trust him. I can't trust to sleep with him. I can't trust to make love to this man. I can't trust him to be a father, a caregiver, a provider. I can't trust him to walk out that door because he may not come back. And that's a terrible place to be in. Thank you for your time. You all have a wonderful week. I'll be back with more commentary on breaking news and various topics. I will continue my conversations pertaining to Puff Daddy. Jay-Z has now joined this rabbit hole with Puffy. He has now been included in an allegation of essay and drugging of a 13-year-old girl back in 2000. Jay-Z has denied all allegations. Now there's some new commentary about the family blowing up about the allegations. I haven't gone in to read that because apps were acting up today with Meta and all that old nonsense. But anyway, I'll bring you an update on that. Please check out my shorts and also follow me on the Newsbreak app where I also give commentary. I haven't been up over that network in about 2 weeks, so I have to do some uploading over there on that network. But feel free to follow me on Newsbreak. Whenever I comment on an article, you will get a notification to hear what the Queen has to say under an article, because I do comment a lot on the Newsbreak article on local and U.S. news. If you'd like to donate to this great network, $BEGAN 129 Cash App. Stickers and chats are always welcome during the live stream. Latest developments. Ryan BORGWARDT has returned to the United States willingly and is in the county jail. When I get an update, I'll bring you this information to when, where, why, and how. Also, the young man who shot the United Care CEO in New York, he is currently in a Pennsylvania jail. He is fighting extradition. And the governor of New York is saying she'll put her stamp on that extradition. So in the end, it's about Pennsylvania extraditing this young man. He seems to be unhinged, yelling and screaming during custody outside the jail. What was his motive? Is he mentally stable? Does he have mental problems? His family obviously has a few dollars to pay for an attorney. He has an attorney. The attorney says he's not guilty. He hasn't seen any evidence to say that this young man committed this crime. I will keep you abreast on that storyline on my community page, but I won't necessarily do a live stream about the information. You all have a wonderful, wonderful week. Happy holidays. Please be safe. Be aware of your faculties and your surroundings this holiday season. And as I always say, be careful what you post, what you put outside the door to allude to what you purchase. Be careful going to your car with a lot of parcels in the dark. Bring some of those items back home, unload, then go back out, shop, just so you can stay safe. And also be aware of scams online, on your phone, and also out in the street. You all have a wonderful week. Queen's gonna try to hit it this evening if she can, if it don't snow. We're supposed to be getting some snow flurries. I'm praying nothing falls between now and 7 o'clock because I'm trying to get outside. Y'all know how I rock. Thank you so much for following this network. Thank you all so much, Rosebud, Skylar, Perspective. Y'all have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Be safe. Happy holidays. I'm out of here. Vote Excel.